What is really happening behind the scenes of BTS? Why did Taehyung finally speak up, and why did Jungkook choose to deny it? Is this the beginning of the end for BTS? Something ARMY never imagined? The latest news from the South Korean entertainment world has once again shaken BTS fans across the globe. No one expected that a candid statement from one of BTS's members, Kim Taehyung, also known as V, would open a Pandora's box that had long been kept tightly shut by the agency and the members themselves. Even more shocking, Jungkook, who has always been known as a calm and supportive figure, immediately responded with a firm denial. What is really going on? Why are armies worldwide starting to panic and wondering if the relationship between the members is truly cracking? In an exclusive interview held privately but leaked to the public through a Korean media outlet, Taehyung stated, "I've been silent for too long. I think it's time ARMY knew what's really going on." That statement instantly trended on social media, sparking wild speculation from all corners, ranging from internal conflict rumors to differences in vision for the group's future. What makes things even more complicated is Jungkook's swift response during his live stream the next day. With a firm expression and an unusual tone, Jungkook said, "What you're hearing isn't necessarily true. We all have our own versions of the story." Instantly, this statement triggered an emotional explosion among fans who had always believed that the friendship between BTS members was unshakable. Is this just a misunderstanding blown out of proportion by the media? Or is there something much bigger that's been hidden from the public all along? ARMY, known as the most loyal fandom, is now divided. Many are digging back into old video clips, interviews, even BTS's song lyrics, which are now believed to hold clues about a rift that may have been brewing behind the scenes. One video from 2021, during BTS's promotional tour in the US, has gone viral again for showing a cold interaction between Taehyung and Jungkook that was previously dismissed. The question that arises now is, has BTS been maintaining the image of friendship only for the sake of the group's public continuity? Was there pressure from HYB that forced them to appear solid when in truth cracks were forming? Taehyung's statement became even more shocking when he added, "There are things we never discussed on camera, not even with ARMY." These words seemed like a strong hint that a huge secret has been kept for years. Meanwhile, in his response, Jungkook stated, "Everyone has their own way of expressing their feelings, but don't believe everything so easily. I have my truth too." This sentence, although sounding diplomatic, has instead led to suspicions that a significant difference in perspectives can no longer be concealed. Various theories have begun to emerge. Some fans link this to past rumors about Taehyung's sudden absence from some group activities. Others connect it to ambiguous posts on weverse and Instagram by both members over the past few months, which are now being reinterpreted in a new light. Even more surprising, a former HYB staff member who chose to remain anonymous revealed that since 2022, there have been internal meetings discussing group stability and intermember relations. Documents circulating in Korean online communities show that the agency had long been aware of tensions within the group, but chose to cover them up for public image reasons. Many also believe that Taehyung's confession might not be about personal conflict, but rather professional pressure, disagreements about the future of BTS, or tension stemming from each member's growing solo projects. As is known, both Taehyung and Jungkook are currently undergoing mandatory military service, but prior to enlistment, they each released solo projects that place them under different spotlights. On the other hand, K-pop industry analysts say this incident is a reminder that K-pop artists are also ordinary people who can experience friction and emotional fatigue. We've become used to seeing BTS as a perfect unit, but maybe it's time we understand that behind their extraordinary synergy lies an emotionally heavy burden, said a South Korean entertainment expert. Many armies are crying as they rewatch old videos of Taehyung and Jungkook's togetherness, especially those filled with laughter and warmth that now feel like fading memories. Was it all fake? Or were they just tired? Wrote a fan from Brazil in a now viral post on X, formerly Twitter. Meanwhile, several Korean media outlets have begun reporting that Taehyung's statement may be followed by another exclusive interview after his upcoming military leave. In the leak, Taehyung is rumored to discuss group dynamics the public never knew, which will no doubt shake the K-pop world. However, on the flip side, cultural observers say that differences in perspective within a group as big as BTS are very normal and should not be interpreted as division. The real danger is when pressure from the public and the agency closes off space for healthy dialogue among the members, said a media psychologist from Seoul University. To this moment, one big question still lingers in the public's mind. What exactly does Taehyung want to reveal, and why does Jungkook feel the need to deny it so openly? Could this be the start of a story far larger than a mere member conflict? ARMY now stands at a crossroads, between the pain of seeing tension between their favorite members and the hope that this is merely a temporary misunderstanding that will soon be resolved. But one thing is certain. The atmosphere that has long felt stable in the BTS family is now at its most fragile point. And the next question is inevitable. If this secret is fully revealed, will BTS's image change forever? Will this be a split, or a turning point for something more honest and human? Until now, millions of fans can only wait anxiously, hoping that their unshakable love can be a calm in the storm slowly rising to the surface. After thousands of speculations, analyses, and emotions that swept across ARMY, one question must finally be answered honestly and objectively. Is the news about Taehyung revealing everything and Jungkook denying it actually true? The answer is no. The news is not true. The widely circulated information turned out to be a distortion of various narratives, old video clips, and assumptions overly developed by some social media accounts and unofficial sources. There was no official interview released by Taehyung, no direct statement from Jungkook denying it, and no internal hybe document stating any open conflict between BTS members. All the information used to support this article came from wild speculations twisted from incomplete facts. It must be noted that until now, hybe has not issued any statement regarding tension or disputes between Kim Taehyung and Jeon Jungkook. In fact, from their recent interactions before entering the military, BTS still showed warm and professional relationships, just as they have maintained for over a decade. The video clip said to show a cold interaction between Taehyung and Jungkook is actually a cut taken out of context. When viewed in full, they appear friendly and laughing together in many other moments on the same day. Similarly, ambiguous social media posts are often misinterpreted, while in reality, they are simply personal expressions unrelated to any conflict. Many social media platforms and content creators took advantage of fans' emotions to craft clickbait narratives that sparked curiosity, even at the cost of accuracy and information ethics. This fake news is one such example, wrapped in journalistic style, sensational headlines, and manipulated clues. What makes this situation even more dangerous is the speed of false information spreading in the digital era. Within minutes, a narrative can reach the entire world and cause massive uproar without any solid evidence. ARMY, as one of the most active and passionate fandoms globally, becomes an easy target for sensational content like this. It's important to remember that BTS is not just a music group, they are human beings. They have personal lives, group dynamics, and boundaries that should not be violated by public speculation. When a member is silent or doesn't make a public statement, it doesn't mean something is being hidden. They might just need space to live as individuals. If there really were problems, Taehyung and Jungkook would surely choose to resolve them privately and professionally, not through public drama filled with controversy like what's portrayed in clickbait articles. BTS has always been a real example of how communication, loyalty, and friendship can endure under the pressures of global entertainment. As fans, we have the responsibility to not instantly believe narratives that have no real evidence, especially those loaded with emotions crafted to divide the fandom. Moments like these are when ARMY should remain solid, critical, and wise in processing the information circulating online. We must learn from previous cases, where false news has hurt artists, their families, and even fans themselves. The entertainment industry is full of dynamics, but not everything should be read as conflict. Sometimes, silence is just a way to protect oneself. As a final note, let us affirm once again, the news about Taehyung revealing secrets and Jungkook denying them is not true. There is no proof, no official confirmation, and no rational reason to believe that narrative. It's merely an example of how information can be manipulated to chase traffic, attention, and controversy. So, to all the ARMY who are panicked, anxious, or even hurt because of this news, be at peace. Taehyung and Jungkook still have a good relationship. BTS is still on track, and there are no dark secrets waiting to destroy them as pushed by wild rumors. Trust the facts, not fantasies constructed with sensation. And to everyone reading this, be a smart viewer, not just an emotion consumer. BTS deserves a peaceful space, and ARMY deserves a truth that isn't fabricated.